So the COVID-19 infection may cause testicular damage and male infertility. Chinese experts advised infected male patients to take tests to check semen quality and hormonal levels. This is a very dangerous virus, and it's quick, and I can't stress enough. We washed our hands a million times at that cardiologist's office and still got it.
Let's start with this lovely headline. Chinese doctors say coronavirus is like a combination of SARS and AIDS and can cause irreversible lung damage. Chinese doctors say autopsies of coronavirus patients suggest the deadly illness is like a combination of both AIDS and SARS and causes irreversible lung damage. So when they opened these people up, when they went in there and they took a little look around to see what was going on inside the patient's chest, they described it as a glue-like gray substance that was literally sealing the lungs shut. It was a mucus that was gray, and it was so sticky, it would just seal the lungs shut. And it started at the very bottom of the lung, and it worked its way up until you've got a nice, just steady, solid seal. Not really exactly what they were expecting, but it does maybe explain why everybody on ventilators and why people being intubated for 30 days still have such a large amount of trouble if you've got basically glue building up in your fucking lungs. That could be a bit of an issue. But that's not the really juicy part. No, this would be the really amazing part. Coronavirus patients may concurrently exhibit acute respiratory distress, injuries to heart muscles, abnormal blood clotting, and kidney and liver damage. But no central nervous system damage had yet to come to light anywhere. This is the first case thus far in the world with such an outcome, the hospital stressed. Medical staff must recognize that COVID-19 may be affecting patients' nervous systems if they experience sudden consciousness disorders or lapse into comas, the director of the hospital's intensive care unit said. Yeah, they had a patient get viral encephalitis from coronavirus. What? And, just putting a heads up there, hey guys, aside from the kidney and liver damage, the damaged lungs, the damaged heart, the abnormal blood, aside from all that stuff, maybe sudden irreversible comas might come your way too. Now, this doctor works at Beijing's formerly and still highly lauded #1 infectious disease hospital. So I don't think it's somebody just pulling shit out of their ass, but there's actually an article about it. I think that really kind of talks a little bit about it. Let's see what it said. Let's pull it up to look at how wonderful this amazing disease of nightmares that never end is. Chinese doctors discover novel coronavirus in patients' cerebral spinal fluid. Oh, fun! Chinese doctors warned that the coronavirus can attack a person's central nervous system as gene sequencing at Beijing's Dighton Hospital has found coronavirus in the spinal fluid of a 56-year-old confirmed COVID-19 patient with encephalitis, which provides evidence that COVID-19 can invade a patient's nervous system just like SARS and MERS. Oh, that's right. They left that part off when they were telling you about how it was such a nothing burger that apparently, I guess, SARS and MERS could do. Li, dean of the ICU department at Beijing Dighton Hospital and attending doctor of the 56-year-old patient, warned that doctors should check the spinal fluid if patients suddenly slip in and out of consciousness in order to lower the fatality rate of certain patients. The patient recovered and was discharged from the hospital on February 25th, and then was hospitalized 1 month earlier for respiratory failure. Doctors conducted gene sequencing and showed symptoms of neurological disorder like twitching on the face after days of treatment, while a CT scan and biochemical test results could identify the causes. 1 week before the case was revealed, Chinese researchers issued a preliminary paper warning that COVID-19 could possibly affect a patient's nervous systems. It just doesn't stop. So, let me see if I get this right with this fucking nightmare in a bottle that this disease is. We've got a disease that when you get it, it can cause irreversible lung damage, can put you on a ventilator for 30 days. If you get it and are reinfected or it's a reoccurrence, they're still not really 100% sure on what that is, can damage your heart, can damage your kidney, can damage your liver, can cause abnormal blood clotting. And now apparently it's got a direct route right into your brain. And it's going to drop you into a coma. And if you look back at those really early Wuhan videos, You know, the people that would just drop right in the street, couldn't really make sense of it. Everybody thought, well, I wonder if that's a heart attack. Is that a sudden heart attack? A cytokine storm? What's going on there? Maybe this is some brain disorder. Maybe they went into sudden coma as part of this, and we've been watching these symptoms now for the last 2 months and nobody knew. It infects your dogs, causes permanent damage in you. It's asymptomatic. It's spread everywhere. There's super spreaders. The R naught value is being debated by everybody. You have people at the World Health Organization saying it's a 2 or a 3. You've got people at Los Alamos saying it could be a 3 or a 6. What's the R naught? Nobody knows. If it's a 6, it's fucking smallpox. So have fun dealing with that and the spread of that shit.
Doctors keep dying in Wuhan, and Beijing is still trying to silence them.
So the current scientific consensus is that this virus can be spread within 2 meters or 6 feet if somebody coughs. Otherwise, the droplets fall to the ground and don't infect you. Now, I did talk about this with regards to a bus that was going in China on a 4-hour trip, and one guy sat second from the back, and they had video cameras on it, and they could track who got sick, and the rate of transmission, or the distance at which the virus was able to go, was 15 feet. Almost 15 feet. And now that paper, to be fair, and just to keep you guys up to speed on all of this, that paper has been withdrawn, but without any reason. Nobody said, oh, here's the mistake we made, or here's the problem that we made. So that paper has been withdrawn, so I don't know what that means, but nobody said why it was withdrawn. So the worst infection then becomes through surfaces. The virus survives for up to 9 days on different surfaces such as metal, ceramics, and plastics.
Did the CDC screw this up?
Well, the CDC's test didn't work. They shipped a test that was faulty and they had to recall it. That we lost critical weeks.
Well, we've done a fair amount of testing.
500 tests?
But look, we've actually screened 47,000 people coming through designated airports in the country and done testing at airports.
We know now, she said, just the fact of community spread says that at least 1%, at the very least, 1% of our population is carrying this virus. In Ohio today, we have 11.7 million people, so the math is over 100,000. So that just gives you a sense of how this virus spreads, and it's spreading quickly. Now, if you look at 100,000, remember the numbers from the past, 20% are going to need hospitalization. It's 20,000 people who need to be in hospital, and thousands of people who need extreme measures to survive. On February the 2nd, the mayor of Florence, Dario Nardella, I believe that's pronounced Nutella, responded to Chinese coronavirus outbreak by launching hashtag Abracio un Chinese. That means hug a Chinese. This is from the great Scott Horton, March 12th. 2 weeks ago, Italy had 322 confirmed cases. At that point, doctors in the country's hospital could lavish significant attention on each stricken patient. 1 week ago, they had 2,500 cases, and then they could still perform the most basic life-saving functions. And then as of yesterday, over 10,000. There are too many patients for each one of them to receive adequate care. Doctors and nurses are unable to tend to everybody. They lack machines to ventilate all those gasping for air.
Devastating news. Conversation between my friend and an Italian doctor. It's war. We can't even try to save them all. No one over 60 even gets full care. Every doctor is likely sick, everyone coughs, no time to test them. There's no other critical care, only this. There are many dead. This sounds a lot like what we heard leaked from China, where things were much worse than the government was willing to let on there. It seems like the same situation's happening. It seems like the same situation's happening in Italy, where it's much worse there than people are saying as well. How is the situation? Tragic. Too many lies, hundreds of deaths. So the public is not correctly informed. What is the average age of the dead? We stop intubating people over 60. We leave them to die. 30% of patients are 30 to 60 years old. We have no more ventilators. 600 are intubated in Milan. We have been asked to choose who have a chance and leave to die the others. 50 patients a night requires intubation in one hospital. This is the truth. They respond to intubation and pronation. Unfortunately, we cannot intubate 3 million people. Several colleagues are infected. Swabs and gloves do not protect enough if you have 50 patients. We have finished masks, and we only have 30 swabs in one hospital. All of us are probably positive. We all have the cough. It is impossible to stop the progression of the pandemic. Shops, schools, restaurants, pubs, cinemas, theaters are all closed. Operating rooms have been transformed into ICUs. We have stopped surgeries and other medical procedures. We are in a war every day. We live in the hospital to try and stop this tsunami, but it keeps on growing. Pray that you don't have to face what we are. We have no more space for corpses. The numbers are fake. How is it possible to have 1,000 patients in Germany and only 2 deaths? It's lies. Don't use my names. We're not allowed to tell anything. It's forbidden. But tell the truth. And the UK's plan right now is to... I can't believe I'm saying this. Let people get infected so that the entire nation acquires herd immunity. A person working at the UK's NHS believes that they will run out of intensive care beds in 2 weeks. In case that didn't chill your blood, here's Angela Merkel saying that she expects 70% of all Germans to catch coronavirus.
Weiter muss man verstehen, wenn das Virus da ist und noch keine Immunität der Bevölkerung gegenüber diesem Virus vorliegt, keine Impfmöglichkeiten existieren, auch noch keine Therapiemöglichkeiten, dass dann ein hoher Prozentsatz, Experten sagen 60 bis 70% der Bevölkerung infiziert werden, solange dieser Zustand so bleibt.
There's a mullah telling people to shake hands and kiss each other on the cheek, hoping it will lead to more COVID infections and eventually to people becoming immune.
Iran has been digging mass graves